Okay, so there's been a couple of series like this I've seen on Physique, so I just thought I'd show, what I have in my bag as well, because everyone's bag will differ slightly. The bag that we choose for the physios is generally the large Physique bag. We find that we probably need to carry a little bit more stuff than the doctors do, so the doctors will do one at some point with their smaller bag, but this is what I would typically carry on a match day. Front pocket, standard really, just your masks nowadays, and then gloves. Just generally hard to keep my PPE separate so that I can just grab it and change it in between players if I need to. In the slightly larger pocket is where I keep generally all my utensils, so my tough cut scissors, like a pen torch, a little bit of wound wash just in case, so it's nice and easy to grab. Some medication just in case the doc forgets his, or just in case we need an extra one, that we can just pop that into a bottle of water so the player can drink it quickly. And then similarly some smelling salts, and I quite often will have Vicks in here as well, just so again the things that I want to be able to grab nice and quick without having to go into the middle part of the bag. Middle part of the bag, again this is where most of the stuff is, so sock tape. This will change obviously depending on what colours the players are wearing. This was set up for our away game before, so I would often change this in before each game. Some freeze spray, again we would use that on the odd occasion that player just needed something, just taking the edge off a little bit of pain. Some under wrap in case we need to reapply any strap-ins or reapply any shin pads. Some sun cream, mostly for myself, especially when it's sunny outside. Again, your general creams like your Vicks, your Deep Heat, and your Betadine, just in case there's any sort of cuts and grazes. This is a nice little thing just to be able to put straight on, dry up a wound without having to necessarily have to dress it completely. And then similarly with your Vaseline and things like that, could use for multiple different things. Obviously any wounds and things like that to try and close them up, but also stuff like just trying to add a little bit of lubrication to someone's boots if they're a bit tight down the back and they're starting to cause them blisters, anything like that. I then got a section which is mainly for bloods, so Powerflex AFD, incredibly important piece of kit for me. I think if you've got a wound which you really need to dress and you can't get through to half time, then these have an absorbent pad on them as well as the Powerflex that goes around them, which allows you to apply it really quickly without having to faff about having to hold gauze on and things like that. For you to clean someone up, again nice and easy, just a towel, small towel stuck in, which allows you then just if you have got a bit of blood, to clean someone up nice and quickly so that you can get them back on the pitch as long as they're safe to do so, obviously. And then the last sort of section in this main bit is where I keep all the tape. Again, Tiger Tear features very prominently here for strap-ins or for having to apply any dressings or anything like that to make sure that they stay on so that we either get through to half-time or full-time, trying to minimise the chances of the players having to come off. And then just in the back, a few different pockets, just an assortment of dressings that we may need, either during the game or after the game's finished if we're away maybe, just so I've got quick access to things like that. We don't carry anything sort of from an emergency point of view like airways and all that sort of stuff in these bags. We have separate bags for that, and then the doc will carry some more sort of, I guess, so some adjuncts that you would use on the more serious end. And then obviously on the back, nice and easy, really good pockets just to hold in your drinks and other supplements. So, we tend to have some water or some iPro in here for the players, just so they can make sure they stay hydrated, as well as some other supplements that the nutritionist gives us, such as energy gels or salts, just to try and stave off cramp, get the players through as safely as we can through 90 minutes and hopefully with no injuries.